on my face watching a fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite Jackass moment out
of the trailer.
Out of the three of them. Yeah, I don't know out of the three
Out of all three.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it was when Bam had those dicks branded on his ass.
I love the.
Then he went and showed April and Phil, and April lost her fucking mind. And then he turns to Ryan, and he goes, Ryan Dunn, who's passed away, and he's like, "You put a whole fucking dick farm on my ass, man." and from then on, that was 20 years ago. I've been calling people dick farmers for years when they're like a certain special asshole. That's where I got it from, and I've used it forever. So, like, if I call someone a dick farmer, and you go, "Oh, that's from Jackass," it is. You're not a dick. You're a farmer of dicks. That's how much of a dick you are.
You have an entire crop.
Ryan, you?
I liked when Buddy shit in the Home Depot. That was one of my favorites.
That's pretty good.
And yeah, when he took a dump in the Home Depot toilet, and then
newspaper.
Didn't he have a newspaper and he's just sitting there and he just lets it go?
They gave him. Then they give him laxative, and then they have issues in the van
he
too.
Sprayed in there.
Yeah,
because he couldn't shit, so they gave him a box of laxatives and then sent him back in.
Or it was like when Preston Lacey had to smell Steve-O's fart in the fart helmet, and he puked in the fart helmet.
Yeah,
that also was a lot of fun.
That was a good one.
Either Steve-O shooting a bottle rocket out of his ass. I laughed pretty hard at that. He's just like right up, his feet are over his shoulders. Or I gotta say, watching that guy ride his bike into the wall that looked exactly like a road on the brand new trailer, that got me good. Like, I was laughing pretty hard at that one. It was awesome.
And they used the grandpa, and they put him up on set him on fire, and they put him up on top of the bus shelter. It's like, how the fuck did you end up on the top of the bus shelter? It was so good.
That's good. Mine is
coming
when
out,
they rented the car.
February 4th.
February.
Okay.
When they rented the car, and then they put it in the Derby, and he takes it back, and they're looking at him, and he's like, "What? I hit a dog!" And then he just starts running.
I got the insurance.
Yeah, he went to Hertz, and he rented a car and immediately entered into a smash-up Derby.
There's a blow-up doll hanging out of the back, and it's just fucked up.
Bumpers hanging off. He had the number 69 painted on.
I got insurance.
I hit a dog.
Hit a dog.
I lost it.
Anyway, we've got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, well, none of us will. It's okay. We'll talk a little bit of pot. But more importantly, Trump's my favorite guy now.
I'm MAGA. I'm MAGA all the way now.
What's this now? Hold on.
I'm a
We're
Trumper.
MAGA.
Okay.
I'm MAGA now.
Mm-hmm.
Make America great again.
Hell yeah.
Do you see this? Fuck, are the lunatics' heads gonna explode? Wow. This is Trump yesterday on OAN, the hyper-Christian religious network, which, by the way, if you're a born-again evangelical zealot, fuck you. But anyway,
he's got some history
like,
there,
fuck
everybody.
you,
There's a
piece
storyline.
of shit. But this is Trump yesterday speaking to his evangelical acolytes, who have held off, by the way, getting the vaccine for 2 years on his advice.
Good word, acolytes.
Yeah. Watch this. This is Trump talking about the vaccines. And if you're one of them maggots, if you're one of them born again maggots that thinks Jesus is the vaccine,
do you reconsider your push for it, or what's your view now on the vaccine in general?
Well, I've taken it. I've had the booster. Many politicians, I watched a couple of politicians be interviewed, and one of the questions was, did you get the booster? Because they had the vaccine. And they're answering it like, in other words, the answer is yes, but they don't want to say it. Because they're gutless. You got to say it. Whether you had it or not, say it. Right. But the fact is that I think the vaccine has saved tens of millions of people throughout the world. Okay. I have had absolutely no side effects. I've had it like other people have had it, nothing special. I've had it.
Wow.
Trumpster.
Trump 2024.
2024.
Here we go.
He's looking at the numbers. He's looking at the numbers.
Years.
Fuck
Can
Brandon.
Can I say something that I was sort of alluding to, and I don't know if I got it out completely this morning. So I'll try again here. So look, I get to redeem myself.
Okay.
have we ever had a greater time in the world that we live in to be crazy? Like, look at the people that are getting propped up and who we consider our like they have massive success. It was about Kanye West specifically. He's going to Russia to talk to Putin about invading Ukraine.
Yeah.
The guy he's clinically insane. He is clinically insane. He refuses to take his medication. He is diagnosed bipolar, and he's going to be sitting down with the president of Russia to talk about invading another country. Like, we all allow it. Trump is nuts. The guy is insane, and he ran a country for 4 years. Listen, if you're clinically insane, you step up to the plate. We're allowing you to run countries, to make millions of dollars. It's a beautiful time to be batshit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, to the point where, like, the other day we were talking about this anti-vaxxer lady that died. You remember her? Remember this lady? This lady here, her name was Kirsten Weldon.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, so I've been inundated for the past couple of days with those people that you're talking about, the psychos. And they're all evangelical Christians, like this guy, Emad Gurgis. He was a doctor. This guy lost his license. He practiced in Ontario, lost his license for performing bogus plastic surgery a while ago. Yeah. And he comes after me, and he says, the level of hatred reaches new lows every day. This man makes fun of Christians dying with COVID and then lies about my license being stripped and calls me a shit human. Which I did. I ate his fucking goddamn brain. It was the best. And then if you look into who Emad Gurgis is, he's psychotic. Performed surgeries he wasn't trained to do, admitted to it, handed in his license instead of actually having it taken away from him. So if I said stripped, they forced him to give the license back, and he's no longer allowed to practice medicine because he's such a dangerous, hyper-religious quack. Now, all day today, all day yesterday, the only people who've been in my timeline have been born-again evangelical Christian zealots. Like this piece of shit, Dr. Emad Gurgis, whatever his name is.
Emad.
Who value the afterlife more than they care about anything else. Once again, proving my entire point that a lot of these fucking psychos are choosing death over life. And if that's their choice, we support it wholeheartedly. So why is he coming after me? Right? Like, why are these people, these born-again evangelical Christian zealots, who believe that Donald Trump is still president, who believe that the vaccine is no good, and believe that being on Earth sucks ass, and they'd rather be in heaven. So when they go to heaven, why the fuck are we not doing a dance? Why are we not giving each other fucking high fives? Like this dickhead, Emad Gurgis, he has absolutely zero credibility in the medical community. He's like a fucking joke. He's like a hatchet doctor who was told, you're a hatchet doctor, give us your fucking license, you psycho. And the reason why is because he's clinically insane. Like all these other people, Epictetus, famed philosopher of the Stoic faith and value system, said this: religion is regarded by dumb people as useful. I'm paraphrasing. By smart people as useless, and by rulers as useful. So, and I firmly believe that. You have to legitimately be a complete psychopath to think Jesus Christ is a vaccine, to think God is going to save you from this and it's not science's job. And you got to be fucking insane, like purely insane.
But what if a priest blesses the urine?
Oh, then that's fine. It's holy water.
Then you're totally covered.
Okay.
But you have to be legitimately insane to look around at humanity that's struggling through this and go, I got no part in this. I'm just here for the afterlife. Are you fucking crazy?
This is just the waiting room.
Yeah, you are. They're all crazy. This is legitimately what I've been talking about for I don't know how long. Dude, did you see the news out of Vancouver today?
No.
You didn't see this? This is fucking brilliant. So, in Vancouver and across Canada, Ronald Mcdonald House Charities have said, "Hey, listen, we're gonna move you out if you're not vaccinated and your family's staying with us." Do you know and you're not. Do you know what Ronald McDonald House Charities does? Do we all know what they do?
Yeah.
Okay, so what they are is an organization run by McDonald's, the restaurant, the subsidiary of McDonald's, and all the salaries of the employees that work at the house, all the hard costs associated with it. McDonald's
is this the
pays
boycott
for.
McDonald's thing. Oh my
Yes,
god!
sir.
Fuck
This
off.
is McDonald's pays for, right? So because we're in a code fucking black, and you got to get vaccinated, and hospital, we have no hospital space. We got no nurses. Ronald McDonald House makes everybody sign this thing. It says, hey, you're going to live by the rules of Ronald McDonald House. One of the rules is you got to be vaccinated by the 31st. And if you're not, you have to leave Ronald McDonald House. You got to go. But Ronald McDonald House has gone the extra mile and said, you don't have to go out and we're not going to throw you in the street. We'll look for a different place with you and pay for it. But you cannot be in the house with kids and families that have leukemia, that are battling brain cancer, that are all immunocompromised because of their treatments, and
zero immune system. Those kids,
nothing. Yeah. This is what they said. Ronald McDonald House pours cold water. A spokesman says sick kids and families will not be forced onto the streets. It says family services team and social workers will find alternative housing for families who refuse to get everyone over the age of 5 vaccinated by the January 31st deadline. Now, where did this come from? Great question. One of the guys staying at the house is a famed British Columbia resident who absolutely fucking hates gay people. He's a born-again Christian. He took one of his daughters to an LGBTQ rally to yell and scream at LGBTQ people. And this is him being told, because he's got a son in the home that's going through treatment for leukemia. And he's like, hey, listen, you won't get vaccinated. You got to find alternative arrangements. We'll help you do it. So he puts out the first video, which went across the globe, right? This guy's also a born-again Christian, which is why this Dr. Gurgis guy jumps on it, because all the born-agains get together. The psychos get together, like, how do we support the born-agains and the fucking magic that we... Like, it's like, fucking Dumbledore. Let's go fucking find Harry Potter. Let's figure this out. But this guy puts out this video completely misrepresenting. So he says McDonald's is evicting people. They're not. They're just saying you cannot stay in this home because we have immunocompromised families battling all kinds of fatal diseases. But watch this video that he put out. Fucking grease.
So this is a piece of paper. Can Lindsay zoom in on it? This is an eviction notice, I believe, to anybody older than 5 who's not vaccinated is getting evicted from Ronald McDonald House. So I'm just gonna go talk to the people at the counter and see if it's legit or not. Do you have like a manager here or somebody I can talk to? It's about this letter we got, about saying everybody here has to be vaccinated. Hey. Well, I'm just asking, like we got this last night. Yes. And, it's just pretty disturbing. I'm just wondering if it's legit. Is this saying that like everybody who's not vaccinated is getting evicted?
Well, we have a grace period to which you can get your first dose, but essentially as of January 17th, it's a board mandate from our
So I just want to get this straight. So by the end of the month, my 4-year-old boy with leukemia is getting evicted because we don't have a vaccine.
parents.
This is if he was 6 months older, he would be getting evicted. But yeah, because we don't have the vaccine, you're going to throw us on the snow.
You know how sick that fuck is? Uses his cancer-ridden son as a prop in that video that he could put out. That's how sick that fuck is.
I believe
that's
in
born
karma.
again Christianity.
I
right
need
there.
to believe in karma.
That's born again Christianity.
Like
dunk.
That's what it is. So I dunk. I'm dunking on that piece of shit. And every other piece of shit that says God is more valuable than human lives that are next to you in the life of a fucking 5-year-old child. You know what? Child services needs to be called.
Yeah.
And that child needs to be taken away from that degenerate fucking religious prick.
His own kid that can't be vaccinated.
Right.
With leukemia.
Right.
And he's, wow.
You'd think he'd know a little better.
Not even that.
Where they're going to, in 100 years, 200 years, they're going to look back at this whole, because I feel like we need to get to a point in life where religion is a thing of the
non-existent.
past. Yeah,
heading that way.
Yeah.
I hope so.
It's on a downward turn everywhere in any developed nation. So
yeah, and I don't think COVID has done wonders for the religious community. I think there's a lot of things working against them. They seem to be doing more damage to themselves, I think, than that. Like, it's not like we need to go out and actually actively pursue trying to rid the world of religion. I think they're doing a good enough job convincing people with functioning brains, that this is a bad idea, and that's just helping. I think that's helping. Huge. The cause to get rid of it.
Like, as angry as I am, like when I see this and I see this beautiful 5-year-old boy or 4-year-old boy at Ronald McDonald House Charities. In Ronald McDonald House, I did a ton of work with them. It's one of the most stand-up organizations. Say what you want about McDonald's, the corporation, and all the other bullshit. It doesn't matter. They are 100% funded, and all the money that you donate to Ronald McDonald, all of it goes to Ronald McDonald House. Very few charities do that. And McDonald's corporate's like, we'll just sell some more burgers and pay for it. So fuck this.
It's a tax
really
write-off for them too. So
Jimmy had to spend quite a bit of time at the Ronald McDonald House in Calgary when he was a kid because of the surgery that he had to install the shunt. And Jimmy is quite fond of that charity and has, like,
this guy's been given a free trip to a Ronald McDonald House charity. This fella, and took his son there because he's sick, and there's like, oh yeah, come on in and we'll help you so you can be close to your son while he's getting treatment. And how he paid them in return, and how he's looking after his son, refusing to get vaccinated for a 4-year-old that's got leukemia, his own fucking child, immunocompromised because he's going through chemo for leukemia, which means your immune system's fucked.
Yeah,
and this guy, not only still is he getting vaccinated, he wanted to cause a scene and record it. He had someone else record it for him, and he set up this big gotcha moment where he described it as being evicted, but he wasn't being evicted. They're like, you can't stay in this house. We'll look for accommodations. And did you hear what the lady, the manager of that Ronald McDonald House charity in Vancouver said? Did you hear what she said? She's like, well, there's a grace period in there for like the month where you can just go get one shot. You can keep staying here. And then, in a couple months, unfortunately, you're here, but you got to get a shot. Like, we're trying to protect the kids.
Yep.
And he's like, this is tyranny.
Yeah.
Tyranny.
He's,
being a parent. Tyranny.
He's endangering his child to own the libs. Good for you, bud.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Disgusting
isn't it?
shit.
Fuck.
Disgusting.
Speaking of fucked.
That just makes me so angry. I can't even tell you. I just.
That's okay. And then, but here's the thing: is that it's weaponized. Like, I got that sent to me 20 times today from people who are like, "You don't like children. You fucking hate kids. You like just." And it's like, well, no, I don't, because I'm saying you should probably, you want to throw him on the street. And they were, again, all American. Like, you want to throw this kid on the street. You don't want him to have health care. You hate children. And that's what they do until they think you're going to break. They want to break you down, or they want to make you like fucking stop tweeting the truth or something like that. That's what the hyper religious do. They like keep at it. It's like I'm on lists of born again Christian churches to fucking hit me with tweets every day. Someone told me that yesterday. Oh yeah, you're on the evangelical list, like the hit list now down in the States. I'm like, fuck, that's great. Because if there's something I never get tired of is being apostate, because I know it all. I grew up in it. My brothers are reverend. Like, I fucking know it all. So I'm going to spend the next, I don't know how long, equating the really dangerous parts of what we're going through, because that's the reason why we're here. A couple of reasons. One, dumb people. Two, dumb people love religion. Three, these religious people are trying to not really give up the goods and tell us really what they're thinking. And what they're really thinking is, and they don't want to say it, is if they get this vaccine, they've been told by their pastors and their churches that it's the mark of the beast and they're not going to get to heaven. I get back to it. I asked people to come on the show today. Hey, some of you evangelical jackwagons, you want to come on the show? Tell me why you're not vaccinated.
I can't do it.
I'll let you. And you know what? I won't. Not like thousands of tweets, hate tweets, shit posts, but not one of those fucking loser cowards came on the show today.
Come on.
I won't be able to. I don't think I could control my tongue. I can't watch somebody. I know that's probably not the position I should be taking. But if you are bringing one of these turds on, please give me a heads up so I can find something else to do in the afternoon, because I won't be able to. I can hardly contain my anger right now for that fucking asshole with the Ronald McDonald house. Like I wouldn't be able to sit here and listen to it. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance.
Speaking of turds,
I hope you get one, Amon.
You know how, well, they won't. They're cowards. None of them will. Hundreds of people have replied and they're like, no one's going to come on. I'm like, I know. It was a rhetorical question. But if someone wants to come on, I'm happy to have them on, because I will fucking feed them their brains. And it's my joy. It really is. Destroying the faith that they have in their Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Because here's what they do. And this is a fact, because I lived it. I've been through it. What they do is they only teach those people enough to get by. And that's why they subscribe to religion. Majority of people subscribe to weird religions for one reason only. This thing up here can't make sense of the world, and so they need someone else's rules to guide their life. And so they just hand it over to fucking some weirdo in a church. It's like, hey, listen,
I think there's a little more.
Give me 10%
I think
of your
there's
money.
There's some. No, I've been trying to find a word other than benefits. I think that's too simple of an explanation for where people are at. I think people seek, ultimately, at the end of the day, I think people seek some sort of community, and they need it. I've noticed this big time in the pandemic, just based on how people in my life are reacting to the mandates and the lockdowns and things like that. And then I'm sitting there going, is it okay if I'm okay? Like, I'm not having a problem with this. And if you tell people they can't come over to my house, okay, I'm even more okay with that. Yeah, why is this person having a meltdown and that person's, having anxiety issues? Like, I've been really hyper focused on how this is impacting the people in my life. And I think ultimately, that's a big part of it, Dean. I think people need a community. They need that fucking tent, right? So,
especially if you're dumb and you find other dumb people, you don't feel so dumb. Like, being dumb's okay.
Yeah, it just empowers the dumbness.
Like, oh fuck, thank God, other dumb people. I didn't know so many dumb people existed. And oh my God, guess what? All those dumb people have like anonymous accounts on Twitter, and they love Jesus.
Take my money.
Yeah, yeah, and cowardly. Just fucking cowards.
The religion piece is difficult for me to wrap my head around. Having faith in something isn't. And I always try to make that distinction whenever I'm having a conversation about religion, because I don't know anything about religion. I was very, very lucky in that I was raised by hippies, and there was less than zero religion. If you guys make any references to the Bible or religion or whatever, it goes right over my head. I've never read the Bible. I've never been to church. Actually, I think I've only been in 2 churches in my life. Once for a funeral when my grade 8 math teacher died, and once when my wife told me I had to get married in one.
Yeah, that's
so. Right. So that's 2 times. So I know nothing. But I do think it's important for people to have something to believe in. Mm-hmm. Right. So vilifying religion is fine. I think I always want to separate, because I also have friends that have been so disillusioned with what religion means and what it's doing to society now, and sort of the evils of it, but they choose to remain religious, but they're not practicing any sort of like one specific. They're not going to a house, but they still believe in what they believe in.
The faith is something that you can't. It's not a tangible thing. You can't touch it. You can't see it. You can't hear it. That's what you mean, like a faith in that.
Yeah. Yeah. My
argument always.
Hang on, just to recap, and then I'd love to hear from you, Linz. The reason why religions use the word faith is to not allow anybody to ask questions. It's to deflect the very premise, which people don't understand because it's not understandable because
Mysterious
it doesn't make
ways.
sense.
Mysterious
Magic.
ways.
Yeah, it's like saying, no, you got to have faith. It's like, no, just believe in the magic, man.
That's
what faith is.
I agree with Lachlan on faith, but
You need
I just wish
something.
people would put the faith in themselves or the faith in their loved ones, the faith in their passions and what they do in life. Put faith in that. That's gonna, further you and make you a better person, because those are tangible, visible goals, and you can have faith in yourself to get to those goals. So why is it because it's so hard that I give up faith in myself and it's in God's hands? Like I've always hated that religion versus faith argument just because of that, not because of the person. I just think their faith is directed at something that's just fucking stupid. Yeah. Like when you have something that you can actually do and touch and feel and taste and smell and pet or love, like
fuck
that's
or
where
eat.
Or fuck or eat. Exactly. That's where put your faith in fucking Arby's. You know what I mean? Like do that. They got that
today.
burger. Yeah. They got that
Beef
hot
and
pepper
cheddar.
burger coming for you.
Yeah.
And I bet you prayed for that and it's coming. So there you go.
I didn't necessarily pray, but when I did see it, I got a bit of a chub.
You just made a decision.
Maybe faith isn't the right word. Maybe I should be using just a basic belief structure. I think it's important for people to have something to believe in, because a lot of us need that. We need that in our lives to function daily. So vilifying religion, I can wrap my hand. I'll write up a sign. I'm right behind you guys. But I think we got to be, I don't know. For me, I always want to be cautious about that, because I think people, if they've got something that they're clinging to help them get through a day or a week or a month or tough times, right? That's important to not make somebody feel
invisible
guilty.
God. Yeah, and it makes all the sense in the world. Let's put our faith in this invisible God that no one's ever seen, felt, or touched, and put it in a book that was written in 1611 by a despotic
It's crazy.
king.
It sounds nuts.
And then
it really fucking does.
Kings.
What's that,
Some
Bonds?
people. Some people have seen Jesus, though. That's part of
in
the
toast.
In a dog's
toast, like
asshole.
tree bark or in a skid
Haven't
mark
you
in their
heard-
underwear, but not for real.
Dog's asshole.
Some of these whack jobs God has come to them, given them a message. He's spoken to them. They take that back to the church, and then it spreads like wildfire. Holy shit, Pastor Bob saw Jesus. And it happens everywhere, dude. That's part of the
lie.
problem.
That's because it's a lie. Dude, lies happen all the time. All the time. I remember a friend of mine, I used to go to church youth group, and he played Dungeons and Dragons, and he said he saw demons in the middle of the night, and then everybody laid hands on him and prayed for him in like this church group setting. And then he says to me after, he's like, that never happened.
You know what? We were having a conversation one day about apparently when they were filming, it's been done for a couple years now. They were filming the latest Top Gun. Val Kilmer shows up on the set. And,
oh my God. I heard this.
Did you hear about this story?
Yes.
So Val Kilmer shows up on the set, and he had just been recently diagnosed with throat cancer. If you guys get a chance, watch his documentary. I think it's on Netflix. That he wrote about this whole thing. It's just called Val, and it's really good. He's an interesting duck. He's had a very, very cool life. Anyway, so there was a story. Says Tom was like, "Come here, I'm gonna help." And he gets everybody from the set to all like stand around Val. Val's on his hands and his knees, and he's praying or doing something to help cure Val's throat cancer. Okay, so I said to Grant, I said, just fucking imagine if I did that at work. Like, just... How does this shit happen? Like,
It would have to
I
be Jimmy.
walked out of the control room and I saw somebody doing that in the sales pit, I'd be, what the fuck is going on?
I'd start
here?
swinging. I'd start punching guys. I wouldn't even know what was going. I'd be so confused. I'd be just like, "Fuck this! Let's beat the devil out of the guy." Like I couldn't. And you've seen, dude. I grew up in it. Like I grew up in churches.
I wouldn't
where
be able
like
to do it.
speaking in tongues.
It would have to be Jimmy though, because he's like 2 inches taller than Tom Cruise, I think.
Have you guys heard of the speaking in tongues thing? A lot of evangelical, like super zealots, believe they can do it, and it's like literally gibberish. They go blah, 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 and they do it like over for like minutes.
What are they, dehydrated? Like what happens here?
Having a seizure. Yeah, they're having a dehydration seizure. Give them some water, and none of it makes any sense. And they're like, oh no, that's just someone speaking
some more urine
in God's language. It's called speaking in tongues. No word of a lie. So I'm in church. I'm like 14 years old. This starts happening like right on the stage, and everybody's like hands up and stuff like that. And I'm like embarrassed. I'm just embarrassed to be there. 2 weeks before that, my dad took me to an anti-masturbation seminar. Like when you're 12, it's like
I would have whipped my cock
don't
off.
jerk off. Don't jerk off.
I would have been
That's
so
how
hard.
the devil
Has anybody
gets
got
into
any
your
luber?
body is through your
Lubriderm?
wiener.
I would have been so hard.
That's a true story.
I'd be
12
so
years old.
defiant.
My dad's like, we're going to Lawson Heights.
When did he
Alliance Church.
catch you? Did he catch you jerking off?
No, I didn't even know what it was. I'm like, I don't even know what's. We're sure we're going to watch a movie at church. I guess I
14?
hated church.
Come
12,
on.
grade 6. It was in
Grade
Saskatoon,
6?
Saskatchewan.
You didn't know
Man,
that-
I was
that-
pounding pud when I was
yeah.
9.
Are you crazy?
For sure.
Wow.
Nothing was
So
coming out.
we
though.
go to this thing and it's an hour.
Oh, I know. I was
an hour and a
shooting
half
streams
long,
early.
and Dr. James Dobson from this group called Focus on the Family, super Christian guy. He's like, the devil gets in your body through your wiener.
Wow.
Jesus
How
goes in
big's
your
the
heart,
hole?
and the devil goes through the wiener.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Pick a bigger hole, like
I'm
the
like,
bum.
the devil,
Yeah,
can't the devil
mouth.
just like finger my bung piece for a bit first?
While I'm
Dad?
jerking off
Yeah,
with his
that would
tongue.
be helpful.
Double whammy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll get Satan's
Can the
sisters
devil
to
give
pull
me a
on my
little
nipples.
rusty trombone while Satan's sister twists my nipples? Maybe.
I want Jesus watching from a window outside, though. Jesus
Is
needs to be watching
Beelzebub
it.
He's
another
a-
person, or does he
Jesus
got an
was a
extra
watcher.
tongue?
Jesus was a watcher for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
yeah. No, I
Carpenter
just.
my ass.
Oh, he had wood, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The loose translation,
Voyeurism.
Jesus was a carpenter. They messed it up. It's Jesus was a watcher.
Yeah, he was a handler of wood.
Speaking of watchers, did you see Kodak Black last night at the Panthers
video
game?
of this?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
So do
Yeah,
you have the two angles?
I've got the one angle. It's really the only angle you see. So Kodak Black's a rapper. And well, before we get to that video of him banging at the hockey game,
What?
this
Hold
is a
on.
video.
What are you
this is how
doing?
I I got to know Kodak Black. Right?
Oh,
we gotta
okay.
figure out
because
who
I
he
had
is.
to look.
We need
I'm
to-
like, who is this guy?
We need
Very
the
well
preamble.
spoken-
Do we
very
really
well
need the
spoken
preamble
guy.
here, Dean?
We need the
Let's
preamble.
just get to the banging.
Well, no, because you got to understand the
No
kind of guy that
foreplay for
bangs
Locke.
in mid-view at a hockey game with a whole bunch of people watching, like 10,000 people watching, is a guy who's this out of it. This is someone, like a couple guys talking to him about his latest album. Get a load of this cat.
So
This
good.
is pretty.
So what's like the background of that then? Like of the superstars, you know what I mean? Jacking cars and shit. Like what's the you feel me?
What? What's what background?
Not like other song. Like you feel me?
Things saying like what inspired you? Like what inspired
come up
that
with the
song?
Super Gremlin,
You know,
like.
something like what?
Yeah.
Your thought process behind the whole creation of the song.
Shit, I don't even know. Just made that bitch.
Yeah. And that's what I was gonna say too, cause you got hella unreleased too. I was gonna ask you like, what's like your process like? Sometimes like, you just like freestyle most of your shit, or do you like?
Shit, I just process for real.
Oh, y'all think Lil Yak retarded? Y'all ain't seen nothing yet, I promise. Niggas can't take me, niggas can't guard me. I be on the fuck nigga ass like Charmin, aka 28 Carlin.
So that's Kodak Black.
It's a good time to be crazy.
Wow.
telling
It
you
is.
right now.
Lachlan's
Never
onto
been a greater
something.
time.
You are.
This
so
makes me
onto
look
something.
like a Harvard scholar.
I think he might be on some downers, if you will. I think he may be on a few Xans.
At
or some
least community college,
barbiturates.
Bonzi. At least community college.
Yeah.
So
Say that NyQuil is something.
So he's in a private suite. He was sitting in some, and then he gets called up to a private suite. And the next time you see, and the NHL welcomed him. Like if you went to the NHL, and I saw this last night too, and I'm like, so weird. The NHL puts out a tweet, it's like, "Welcome to a Panthers game, Kodak," and the very next video I see or story about Kodak Black at the Panthers game is this video. It's great.
Vancouver goal is second.
Wow. That's
From
like,
that angle.
You got to give him credit.
Okay.
Having the balls to do that, for one.
From that angle,
yeah,
it does look suspiciously like sexual activity.
The boys
Look at
in
the guys in the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guys
I
in the box next to him are like, pretty sure someone's banging over there.
Is that a security or a cop that's in there watching them too?
Was that on
Like,
the?
Yeah.
Okay, now
Look at
when
that.
There's
we
a
get
cop there. There's a cop there making sure that nothing happens, and all these rich honkies next to him are like, I'm pretty sure a rapper's fucking next door.
One guy just put his mask on too. That's like, well, that's aerosol. I'm gonna put this mask on.
Yeah.
That was bad.
By the way, that was
could be airborne.
7 minutes left in the second period. That's when that happened.
He was bored.
Not even the third.
It's a boring Panthers game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
So good.
I did hear there is another video out there, like from the video judges, just to determine whether or not that was a goal or if he scored. And it does look like they may have just been twerking.
No.
No, I don't think so.
No,
That looks like underwear around the thighs. So
Yeah,
that's
he's
one hell of a twerk.
And the guys, listen, if it was just twerking, those honkies next to him, those weirdo
In the
dudes
suits.
next to him would be like, well, we don't see anything. That's just twerking. But they knew what was going on. So anyway, the NHL pulled their tweet. The NHL pulled their tweet. As soon as that happened, they're like, "Oh, fucking take the Kodak tweet down, everybody." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Oh," and the Panthers, quote, are mortified by what happened.
So he's not allowed back, I'm assuming.
I don't think so. Does this look like the kind of guy that gives two fucks what the Panthers think about what he
He's
did?
wearing
at
a
the game
bra.
last night?
He doesn't even know where he is. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
No. He was there for the nachos.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. He was there for
spicy
salad, if you will. Got this today from a friend of mine. You know how Quebec came out with this COVID tax, which I think is a brilliant idea. I really do. By the way, since they announced it yesterday, first dose vaccinations have doubled since they've quadrupled.
That's called exponential growth, everybody.
That was very smart what James brought up. James brought up, like, he doesn't even have to actually go through with it. He's already
threaten it.
Yeah, he's just already, and I honestly think that's what he's doing here.
Yeah,
because I think it is too. I don't think he's actually going to go through with taxing people if they show up to the hospital sick and they're unvaccinated. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Well, I don't think it is either, and I think you're going to see court challenges, and I don't even think it's constitutional. And I'm a pretty hardcore. Hey, protect yourself, protect the people around you, and do what's in the interest of the greater good by getting vaccinated. But like, is this?
Apparently,
it's working. It's working in theory before it works, right? Do you know what I mean?
On the Constitution thing. Sorry,
Charter of Rights, not Constitution.
The Charter of Rights. Sorry. On the Charter of Rights conversation, and this is according to James P. White, who is an expert in just about everything. Just ask him. He is saying that our Charter of Rights and Freedoms do not guarantee healthcare, so it could be legal. Now, again, I didn't fact check old Jimmy.
Data Jim
might have wanted to do that.
Thanks, Mozzie. I'll write that down.
You're welcome.
Remember to fact check midget.
Lying midget.
I don't think it'll happen, though. Right? Sorry to interrupt.
I don't either. But one of the things that happened yesterday, and it was really unfortunate. Like I watched a lot of pretty smart, like venerable news people yesterday try and endear themselves to the 10% for some reason, and they were like, well, dude, but one of the things that came out of this, and we talked about it, and Ryan was great. You brought it up, is the sin tax thing, right? Because if you were really stupid, I go back to this all the time. And Krista Ford, Doug Ford's daughter, is incredibly stupid. And she also happens to be an evangelical zealot. Strange how that works. Full circle.
Wow.
She puts this out yesterday on her Instagram. This is the Premier's daughter. when she hears about the Quebec COVID tax. How about we tax the obese, tax the smokers, tax those that use the system the most? Let's fucking pump the brakes here, Krista. Have you seen the size of your family? Have you?
Aren't the Fords a bit of a drain on the old?
There's at least 2 or 3 massive tax surcharges there.
That's a wide angle photo.
Like, and this is Doug's brother Randy.
Oh my God! Like if
Doug's
you had
mom
put his
passed away, God rest her soul. But that's Doug's brother Randy. Rob's gone, so we don't have to worry about him. But if Krista Ford is begging for a fat tax, her family's fucked.
Are you fucking with me? That's not his brother.
That's his brother.
That's neck out.
By the way, that dude's the most dangerous of all the Fords, too. Like the most dangerous. He is fucking insane.
I can hear the ticking from here.
He's got a 48.
Look at that neck.
He's got a 48 neck for sure.
There's no neck. Well, there is no neck. What?
I believe he did some time too. I'm not too sure, but I just like this is what that side
fucking
doesn't.
treadmill.
This is what that side doesn't consider when they tweet or open up their mouths. Like Krista's like, we need a fat tax. I'm like, tell your dad and sisters. Tell your Uncle Randy that you want a fat tax and see how that goes over at Christmas dinner. Probably not great.
When the photographer needs to take 2 pictures to get the family in.
Right.
That's something. Holy shit. That guy.
Okay, guys, we're going to do the Ford family Christmas picture in 2 frames. And we're going to splice them together. Yeah, it's right there.
One of those 3D photos is the only way we're going to do
Doug,
this, guys.
stop eating. Doug, get over here.
And listen, we're
cheesecake's not
going to
go bad.
Pounds, but that second last button there looks like it's stressed right the fuck out.
Yeah, notice the shirt's untucked too.
She has a
He
name.
ain't tucking that in.
Yeah,
no,
dude,
you don't tuck that.
Fat
shirt
guys
in.
don't tuck.
No.
Never. We never tuck.
Never.
We
tuck.
can't tuck. This isn't a tuckable body.
No.
Because all you're doing is drawing attention to what you don't want to draw attention to.
That's right.
Yeah, the muffin top.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hide it. We hide it well.
They never think of these things when they tweet them, though, do they? Like,
No.
was she like, yeah, let's get the obese, let's tax the obese and the smokers. By the way, her dad's a fucking chain smoker. Doug's a chain smoker. So is
he really?
Randy. Oh, yeah.
No.
Doug is a
I've never
hardcore chain smoker. And he's like, part of the reason why he doesn't like going to work, like he went to work legitimately for something like 2 days.
Yeah.
13
they did
and a
the
half
hours.
hours this year he's spending because he has to smoke all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately. I know people that are with him. They're like, oh, he's fucking, he can't go to work because he can't stop smoking. Like it's legitimately that much. And so what does his daughter do? She says to her morbidly obese chain smoking dad, let's tax your ass, you fuck.
That's 2. That's 2 taxes.
Is there any room
'Cause
left?
he doesn't
to
drink,
tax
right?
Smokes at this point?
I think so. I looked it up, by the way. It's 82% of your pack of cigarettes is taxed. 61% of your booze taxed.
I think it's a little lower in Alberta because we're better than Ontario. Just
well, your gas is cheaper, your booze is cheaper, but you guys
Booze
still
is
keep
cheaper.
bitching.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because you guys keep taking all our fucking money to keep Quebec afloat.
Well, we got nothing to do with Quebec.
Yeah,
I got nothing to do with Quebec.
You guys should be just as pissed off as Alberta. Do you know the transfer payments out of Ontario
Not my money. I don't care
are
about
way
transfer
more?
payments.
Yes, it is your money.
No, it isn't.
It kind of is. It's our tax dollars.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Alberta and Ontario
payments than everybody
are propping up Quebec because they can't run their province.
You guys took more money out of the reserve than you put in this year. So,
yeah. So
that's the first time in how many years?
In a long time, exactly.
Thank you.
You're a
so
have
sit
not
down,
First time
Kentucky.
since the 80s.
Park at Alberta.
80s. Lindley.
Listen,
Park
Kentucky.
at Alberta.
3 against 1, pal.
Listen,
3 against
Kentucky.
1 is right. Good news too, boys. Did you hear
we
that,
ran you out of Alberta, Bonzi.
No, I
Yeah,
ran
sorry.
myself out of there. It's too fucking
You
cold.
gave him COVID too.
Yeah.
Well, do you know how many people were offering to drive you to the airport? Just about everybody I know.
Yeah.
Hey, does Bonzi need a ride? Yeah, I think we're covered, but
I have
just
a
to make
question.
sure,
I
show
have a
up at
question
this
for you,
time.
Bonds, because, and listen, I'm going to tear the cover off it. There's a few of us here that have COVID.
Seems like it.
We're not sure.
Well, we're pretty sure. Like Chris Rook, my guy Chris Rook, right-hand guy, one of the owners of this company now.
He's got COVID.
Phones me this last night. And he's like, shows me his COVID test. He's like, I got it, and he's unvaccinated, right? Because he can't get vaccinated. He's got RA.
Yeah, I hope he is okay.
His lovely wife also COVID, and I started thinking, my God, this because I felt really shitty like 2 days ago. I didn't say anything to anybody. I kept it close to the chest, like really bad. Didn't sleep at all last night. So I'm sick as well. So Ryan and I are going to take a COVID test live here because I don't care what I put in my nose on live
anal
television.
swabs.
Doesn't matter to me. I thought about that, and I
number.
thought, you know what? I don't.
I'm going to get my wife to
I think
administer mine
YouTube
properly.
might have an issue if I put my leather Cheerio right in the camera and then inserted this extremely long but nimble swab and rolled it around in my bung piece for a few minutes. I think we might get in trouble with YouTube. But
Would we? We could try it.
We could say it was an instructional video.
It's not. I would just do it to be an asshole.
It would be worth
We just had Kodak Black
banging on TV.
I mean, what's worse?
So
Anal
I'm trying to
swabs?
figure out whether or not I got this from Bonzi because he was at my house on the weekend with Linz, or if I got this from someone else. And as luck would have it, Bonzi's also incredibly sick right now too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Bonzi's got it for sure.
When did you start feeling like shit? And explain your symptoms. Do we need some symptom music here? I think we do.
Sure, pal. So I was feeling fine last night. I was over at Mr. Lindley's for a lovely dinner, $1 million mac and cheese, and we got I got a text from my son who said he was at his nephew or his cousin's on the weekend, my nephew, and now that nephew has COVID. So my son was here Sunday and Monday, left Tuesday, and this morning I woke up feeling body aches from head to toe, had a headache, and then I developed a fever of the 101.1 is where we're at right now.
Any Advil?
Yeah, I took a couple Tylenol, and I had a sleep skis before the show here. And
How you feeling now?
here I am. I feel terrible. I'm absolutely freezing. That's why I got this toque on. I've got a fireplace going right beside me, and I can't wait to get back to bed.
Symptoms?
Massive body aches, and my head is pounding. Other than that, and this little tickle
Throat
cough
sore?
has just started in the past. No sore throat.
Can you smell anything?
Yeah, I can smell still.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Linz is taking his test right now.
Lindsay's getting it, eh?
Well, his wife is a nurse, so there you go.
I got one last night at the
Am I the
Lindley's
only
on
one
the spot
erect?
before I was allowed to finish my dinner.
It's the only way I can come now,
Am I the
Lachlan.
only one with a boner?
It's the only way I can
Lindsay.
come now.
Fuck, I can't even open this shit. So I took one like 2 days ago, and it was like, no, you're good. You're golden.
So we
I'm gonna
gotta
take
leave
this
it.
other one here.
We gotta leave it in the thing for what? 2 minutes in the solution,
Okay, so
right?
can I ask you a question?
Oh yeah.
You said I'm only supposed to put the cotton up my nose, but the cotton's like 6 inches long.
Yeah, all the
Get her up there, mister.
Do I put? Do I brain it?
That's the bunghole one.
Don't put that all.
Do I put it in my back? Do I put it in my bum?
That goes in your back pussy.
Does it?
Yeah, it goes in your bum.
Should I do
piece.
it? Is it okay?
Can you? Hey,
I will.
Ashley's a nurse.
I think you
Ashley, can you do the throat?
I work in recreation therapy. I'm just
She's just trained in this.
Okay, so tell me, how am I doing this? Rolling it around the nausy, or do I go like full into the cavity? Yeah.
Okay.
I hope I don't get a surprise.
Make sure you're getting a good sample. Get at least a good 5 twirls in there.
No,
And then pinch your...
Wait.
You sissy.
You gotta pinch
Both nostrils?
It.
That's the
You gotta
worst.
Yeah, other nostril.
Yeah, pinch
Like
it
this?
shut and pull it out.
On that one, pinch it shut and pull it out.
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
Pinch it hard.
A lot of that's what she said today.
Pinch it harder.
Now you're gonna pop that into the
Pinch it.
solution and let it sit for 2 minutes before you can actually process your rapid test.
2 minutes? I gotta put it in here.
Oh, here comes the COVID.
Hey, what are we all doing here?
Chris is here. How you feeling, buddy?
We're doing okay.
You just
Make sure
missed
you're-
the anal swabs. I'm sure this will stay on YouTube, though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Chris.
make sure your McAfee subscriptions are all paid up with these two on the panel, please.
Okay, so 2 minutes in here.
What do I
That's
win?
Positive.
That's
You're
a
fucked.
positive test.
Yeah.
He's
What do
positive.
I
Ryan has
win?
20 seconds left on his before I can
Okay,
actually
so I just
start
put mine-
processing it.
So you got
Put
2
mine
minutes
in here. And there's a little bug in the bottom.
That's good. That's a good sample, bud.
We should just pick our noses and throw some nugs in there and probably get the same result, right?
Do a hockey snotter right into it.
Little farmer. That's what they call those.
Farmer.
Farmer.
Yeah.
My favorite
Okay, so now we're
hockey
going.
players do that. The best farmer I ever saw was Theo Fleury. After he scored a goal, he goes back to the bench. This is like 20 years ago, and he just lets it go. And they did it in slow-mo. And it was like a snotter that big. It was probably from the Coke. Anyway.
Yeah, he was a big.
Here on the camera.
I just need to hit
I'll hold
the bathroom before we play, guy, wasn't he?
Well,
Yeah.
it will be.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
he
so now
admitted
we
it.
put-
That much he's honest about.
We
it.
put
Yeah.
you put your snot juice in the little thing.
And
I
the
wonder
NHL
how many
knew about
guys back in the day were doing blow before they went on
let
the
that
ice.
sit there for
They
2
all
minutes.
were.
You got her.
Am I done now?
You're for now.
No, but like, is my 2 minutes up? Because I got my
No,
test.
you've got probably another 30 seconds, Dean.
So, Chris, how you feeling? Take me through the COVID symptoms. We have Chris Rook, our right-hand guy, one of our founders, owners, great guy, head of production, has COVID. How you feeling? Give me your symptoms. Well, I know
He's-
you. Yeah.
We know
How you feeling?
We know you have it.
Feeling okay. Made some jokes last night with Dean on the telephone and was like, haha, COVID. And then woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning in a pool of sweat and had fire throat and like was just delirious and stumbled. It felt like a dream. Like I stumbled downstairs, pounded some Advil.
Wow.
What else did I do? Got some water and then came back and my wife's like, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. And then
Thanks.
just went back to bed and woke up and felt a lot worse than I did yesterday.
Is your wife vaccinated?
Yeah,
Okay.
but she's feeling worse than I am. Riddle me that.
Huh.
Yeah, but you might die.
Maybe.
Well, don't go doing that, please.
Yeah. What?
Can we
Dying?
just say that out
Or
loud?
hates. We can talk
He
about
doesn't.
It's the
Just
next step
so
of life.
people know
Yeah.
that are listening, Rook did not take the vaccine because he was advised against it because he takes some very serious drugs for rheumatoid arthritis.
What'd you call him?
What'd you call me?
What'd you call him?
Rheumatoid arthritis. It's the more weird version of rheumatoid arthritis. Is that
Rheumatoid, yes.
Rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah, you can use that.
That's
Yeah, I've had
that's the Alberta
I
variant.
advised against it, and yeah, so. But yeah,
I like my
it's
dad.
had some soup.
Yeah.
Been relaxing all day and feeling like a little bit better.
Yeah.
Did you talk to our doctor about the therapeutics, the ones that you can get that can help you with the symptoms? Did
The
you send him a note,
antifungal?
Mario?
Yeah, reach out to Dr. Mario.
No, there
Yeah,
are
maybe.
some.
If it
Yeah.
escalates, I will. I feel like tomorrow I'll be better.
It's
They
not about
said-
escalation. It's about getting it when you're allowed, when you can. It's important to take the
Yep.
drugs when you can, because it's a timeline thing, right? Like you
Yeah.
may get past the point of being they may not be effective past a certain point is what we were hearing, right?
Yeah, I have a phone call with my my family doctor tomorrow at 2.
Well, keep us
I can't go
posted,
there.
okay, Rook?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you
All good,
sound
folks.
awesome.
Yeah, I feel great.
Yeah, you look great.
Yeah, you look
Want to do
amazing.
some sultry
My test- My test appears
broadcasts.
to be done. My test appears to be done.
You have to leave it for 15, but if you haven't seen anything coming in, like mine is negative.
Yeah, mine's negative too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my line showed up right away. Like I did it,
Yeah.
and it started going up, and then we saw it, and I was like, "Oh, there we go."
Show
When
my
I
wife-
when I tested, mine showed almost immediately that I was negative. Like it.
Yeah, And then the wife took one, and she had a faded line, so she's also has COVID, and she's chilling at home too next 5 days. She's vaccinated though, so only 5 days. Me,
You're 10?
I get 10.
You know what? Why that's good is because it's wild card weekend.
Whoa!
The NFL.
Maybe I went and licked some poles outside, knowing that.
Maybe he bought a positive test.
Bonds,
Yeah, right on the dark market.
Maybe it's
the dark
pink
market.
highlighter. I don't know. We'll see.
Bonds knows he thinks where he got his, probably from a family member through a family member. What about you? You're positive. Where'd you get it? Where do you think you got it?
Shopping. I've been out and about doing stuff, going to Home Depot. My sister had it, but that was about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it can carry over like that.
I think this variant is been. I think people are getting it and they're walking around with it for a week, spreading it.
But I was out and about Home Depot, shopping, doing all the things, helping my sister and her husband out when they had it, delivering stuff to them. So I was in the world. So it could have just been out and about. I don't want to say I got it from my sister because she would just internalize it and get very sad. So I'm like, she's like, it was me. I did it. I'm like, no, you didn't. It's fine. There's so many other ways I could have gotten it. Don't get sad. So I don't know. I'm just thinking in the world. Maybe I didn't hand sanitize hard enough.
No, apparently has nothing to do with hand sanitization now. It's like all aerosolized, right? So it's not.
Haven't we known that for a while? Like when they told us 3 months in that you didn't have to wash your groceries anymore. Wasn't that an indication that this was airborne?
Yep.
Wouldn't that have been a good time to start putting filters in the schools? Like I'm baffled by
crazy. You're crazy. Did you hear what Ontario's head of science said today, Linz?
Is this the goat guy?
Well, he was on this conference too, and they pulled him out of the the hobby farm for the day, and actually got him in front of a camera finally. And Dr. Kieran Moore, who is our chief medical officer of health here in Ontario, was asked by one of the members of press, I'm not sure who it was, if vaccines, are we going to mandate vaccines for returning to school to make them, safer? And he said, no, we don't have enough data, and it's a new vaccine. We want more experience with it before we mandate it.
This is Rob Ferguson's tweet.
That's who it is.
Reporter.
Sorry, there.
He asked why Ontario won't make COVID-19 vaccines mandatory for school. And the chief medical officer, who's been begging people to get these life-saving vaccines, said, quote, well, we want more experience before we mandate it.
He's literally repeating an anti-vax trope in front of cameras today.
So today we had Donald Trump. We had Donald Trump, like the worst human in the world.
Trump 2024.
Guys, get vaccines. They're brilliant. They're incredible. We should all be taking them. I've got them. Everybody should take them, but don't take them if you don't want. And then we got the chief medical officer from Ontario going, we don't know a lot about this. Like, it's fucking so backwards to me now. And to the point where people are calling him out. Lynn sent this to me today, too. More. Omicron doesn't lead to severe illnesses in kids. Also more a week ago. Kids need to get vaccinated because the USA, they're seeing an increase in hospitalization of unvaxxed kids. But he just said Omicron doesn't make them sick. It's like, whatever, right?
I'd like to differ.
Yeah, we all do. We all do. One good thing, though, that came out of this today. New study that says cannabis compounds prevent the virus that causes COVID-19 from penetrating human cells, everybody.
Hello.
Yes.
I love how you guys are on board on that medicine.
That therapeutic.
I don't even take it, and I'm on board. The odd gummy every once in a while.
We're not going to question that at all.
Yeah.
Let's fucking promote that. Get all the bloggers on it. Yeah, you fucking hypocrites.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
But there had to be a reason. Like, I've been
Unknown
out and about in the world. I'm totally vaccinated. As a matter of fact, I go get my 4th tomorrow. At my local pharmacy. Very excited for that because I've had the 2 Moderna because I had 2 mixed shots and you had to get 2 of the same if you wanted to travel. And so now it's booster time. And I'm really excited to go get the boostski because I just said, look at that.
I got mine Sunday.
Getting over the little cold I had. I feel great. But if cannabis helps, I don't see why. Oh, you're good.
Rub it in, Ryan. Thanks,
you're good.
man.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Why don't you
totally.
just all show your negative tests?
A lot of
I've got a faded line.
I hope you
I've
all
got
have
a
to go
faded
out on
line.
Saturday and Sunday to do things.
Did you get a
And I
faded
call it
line?
football.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Is that a faded line?
Oh, that's
that's
not.
a fader.
That's a fade,
Oh.
bud.
That's
That
what
might
Lindsay
be-
got.
Yeah, no, that might be a positive, bud.
I think I'm
Ashley,
totally
can you
positive.
come look at this if you're watching?
Yeah.
That's what
Ashley?
Lindsay got. And it was
Yeah,
Faded
fun.
line of the faded line.
What do they call that? Did they call that
Take a look at Dean's.
a
I
false
think just having a
negative?
huge penis. I
They
think.
call that COVID.
What's that looking like?
That's looking like a faint line, like a potential positive.
Potential positive.
Dean's got the COVID.
You should probably book yourself a PCR test, even though they're saying that the rapid antigen tests are about 90% accurate right now.
He's symptomatic too, so
There you go.
Yeah, it's looking like you probably have COVID there, bud.
Oh,
boy.
Bonzi brought back
5 days
Alberta
off,
COVID.
Dean.
I'm so sorry.
Wasn't me.
Lindley, where's yours at?
Sir, I can't.
Ryan's is here.
I can't hear them, so no, don't show.
Dean
them.
has the
I already showed them that
Rona.
one.
I tested
Mine has
negative
0.
last night.
Mine has no fainted.
Back up. There you go.
It'll focus.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
anyway, That's
That's
a-
nothing
that's a
like finding
positive.
out you got COVID live on your own show.
I'm sorry.
Right?
Just hopefully you don't get the ED, the erectile dysfunction from it.
No, dude, I still can get boners. It's no big deal.
It's a slow build.
My
I
other
wasn't
side,
even
though.
able to finish this morning,
Yeah,
so
the
that's
other
how I
side
knew
of
I had
Ryan's is
COVID
positive.
The rest
too.
of my test, though.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
Bonzi still fucking has it. He's had it
You're
for 2
fine
weeks.
though.
HIV, but full-blown
Ah, yeah.
AIDS.
Yeah, it's coming in a little thicker now.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Sorry.
You get
So
to
I
stay
got
home
COVID.
wild card weekend as well. Oh.
Well, but for 5 days. And I just can't get my booster tomorrow now, right?
Yeah, you have to cancel
Yeah,
that.
you cancel
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
Also, I have heard, and this is all anecdotal information, but
Anecdotal.
anecdotal. Thank you.
you're welcome.
I've been drinking today, honestly.
Plethora.
Before I got
Plethora of antidotes.
if you do get COVID, it's good to give yourself a little bit of a room between your COVID and the vaccine. When we found out about this, because my daughter's fiance, he got COVID when he was up in Fort Mac at work at one of the oil sands plants. He got it, and then so he went and isolated in the apartment and was getting food delivered and all that. Blah, 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 blah. So he managed to wait it out, and then right on the heels of that, got the vaccine, and he was fucking pounded. And he's a young kid, really, really healthy kid, and he got beat up. Bad symptoms from the vaccine. And then we heard from people going, oh yeah, you should have waited maybe a month to 6 weeks to go get your booster shot, because for whatever reason, and I don't know if there's any proof or evidence out there they've got enough to worry about right now without doing studies on that. But I have heard that yes, you should wait a bit. So Dean, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm easy. I'll fucking
Yeah,
wait.
you're gonna have
But
to go get a
I'm. You know what? I'm looking
You're
forward to going through
triple-
the process of this. Yeah, I'm looking.
You're
forward to going
triple
through the process
vaxxed.
of this. Yep.
Yeah, so, Jimmy,
dude, I'm not concerned at all. So it's like just an annoyance, because now I have to I just sent a text to somebody saying, hey, listen, I just tested positive, I think. So, be that as it may, you guys got to do what you got to do. Now I got to tell my kids they can't come here. It's going to be the best. So that's all right.
Well, take care of yourself, right? Like,
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I got a lot of Dayquil in me, so that's
Have you got anybody around that can drop off groceries or anything like that? You know, if you need anything.
Dude, I got Instacart. I'll just
Costco.
order. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just order from Costco. That'll be fun. Fuck. That's awesome.
Wow.
Right here, live
It's a
on
bit of a
program.
pain in the ass.
Great
It's a bit of a
content.
pain
Pretty
in the
good.
ass, right?
You
There
know,
it is.
I thought it would just be funny to have the sick guys on, and we'll do it together. And
Now
you
look
know,
what
it'll
you've
just
done,
be-
Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
way to go,
sure?
Ryan.
Are you sure the faint
Ashley.
line?
Yeah, that's literally what Lindsay got.
Yeah. It's,
Everybody
and,
in
and Dean, you said you weren't feeling so hot, and that's
Holy, enter the
Well, here's the thing.
anti-vaxxers.
Like, is on Monday I was like, I woke up, felt a little weird, and I'm like, I don't feel so hot. And then my legs started to ache like fucking crazy. and then my back ached, and I'm like, this sucks. And like the kind of ache where you're like, I'm dying, like, you know, and so I like put pillows between my legs, and I took a bunch of Advil, and I felt fine because the job is the job. You got to keep going. You can't. That's COVID, bud. There's Robbie Dill telling me I got COVID. But I've watched a lot of people get it. I've had family members get it. I've seen people go through it. And the fact that if I do have it, which it says I do, then I'm not special. And I know that. And nobody else is. And why it's important to be safe and make sure that you do this the right way. And depending on what happens. Like, listen, if I die, that's okay. You guys can have my stuff.
We're having a party. Can I get your SUV?
Yeah, totally.
Army Chris, he tested positive a couple of days ago, and we talked about that. And then he just did his test. I think he must have been inspired by, because he's watching. He just did the test, and he's negative now. So it only took a couple of days for him to get it out of his system. So, but I think he had it.
Right?
What's that? Sorry.
Yeah, and he's vaxxed, right?
Yeah, he's triple vax, so he had a booster too.
Yeah.
And Jimmy, we're testing him tomorrow because he tested positive on Friday. So hopefully Jimmy will test.
So those two lines that you got, Chris, those are pretty solid lines. That means you're like way sicker than me.
Dark.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess so.
Fuck.
I don't know. It was. I wish I had a video of me waking up in the middle of the night yesterday. It was hilarious.
Loss of appetite, one of those things?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, they say drink lots of water too. Keep the fluids up. Fluids.
Still have my smell and taste, so no need to hang me from my basement.
I smell and taste fine.
Yeah, and I think the only other side effects is whistling show tunes as I walk around my home. That's about it. My wife's actually asleep downstairs because she is feeling much worse than I am.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, I'm going to go on the show. They're doing COVID things. She's like, what? I'm like, bye. Bye. Oh, I just thought I'd quickly update you, too. The kids on the escalator released a micro content clip of Jimmy and me, and my wife watched it and said, wow, he was mean. Destroy him.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
You'll have to tell her that I had her in the James P. White positive reinforcement gang.
Not anymore.
Based on what I heard. Yeah. By the way, I am questioning why that clip was 14 minutes long. Like, did it need to be that long? Yeah.
It was a minute 40.
That was not micro content.
Are you sure it wasn't 14 minutes? Yeah.
Seemed like about 25.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
It was at least an hour.
Bring Jimmy back. Have fun with him, but never let him talk. Like, have you heard our show? He's the whole show, but I never let him actually talk.
Oh, look at
when you do, you usually slow him down, and it sounds even better.
Yeah, he's contact tracing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got the view.
I'm contact tracing because I'm responsible.
Yeah, well, and
I haven't seen anybody.
That's a lot of text. How many fucking people have you been around?
He's got booty calls. He's got
because
I'm going to kill some booty calls.
You're a super spreader.
Actually, 2 days ago.
No, because I am responsible and I'm transparent. I'm actually tweeting out my test because I don't truly believe that this is medical tyranny. Yeah.
Well, make sure you let the hairdresser you're sort of seeing know not to come over tonight.
No hairdressers in the stable.
And the teacher, and the girl that does her nails.
The preacher's
guy. I'm absolutely freezing.
Preacher's
Thank
wife.
you, Melissa.
And the one that sells Acuras, let her know that Saturday's out.
Tell your Sensi rep there won't be a party on Sunday. Yeah.
Get after it.
Listen,
well, how about that?
I'd love anywhere, eh, Dean?
Yeah. You know what? If anybody was going to test positive for COVID live on a program, it was going to be
fucking you.
Right, of course it's you.
I guess we got one of our promos there, eh, Ryan?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
It's got an easy one.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go
cry.
No, make about 400 phone calls. That's what that was the thing for me yesterday, or a couple days ago, because I tested negative twice before this.
Yeah.
But that was a thing for me a couple days ago. I was sitting there going, what's that?
That's what's happening with this one, Dean. People are getting sick. They're feeling it, negative, and then boom, they get a positive, right?
Oh yeah, it's full on bars now. But no, I think it's one of those things. Like when I think back to places that I've been and things that I've done, and it doesn't even matter to me. Like I don't care about me. But when I found out that I had to get tested, and now that I'm positive, the thing in my mind the other day, which is the same as it is today, is like all the work involved in going, hey, by the way, just so you know, I tested positive. You can't, or it says I have a positive test, or just because you feel like a dick. And I think that those are the things that people avoid. Like, I wonder how many people got sick because people were just like too embarrassed to make these phone calls or text like I just texted. Right,
Evander Kane.
It is weird that shame that is associated in some ports here, like that, where they people are like, "Oh, I'm positive, but don't tell anybody." It's like, well, why? No, tell everybody and stay the fuck home. You know.
But I think it's more than that. I think it's also people, not just the I don't want to have these uncomfortable conversations with people, which doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. But I mean, if you phoned and told me, hey, listen, I got COVID, don't come around, I'm not gonna go, oh, you fucking asshole. Right? Like, what is it? Like, I just think about telling, if you got told that, if Bonzi phoned you tomorrow and said, or yesterday and said, I can't come over for dinner because I think I might have COVID, you're not going to be mad at him.
Of course not.
So get out of that mindset. But I think what ends up happening is people don't want their lives to be interrupted. So they're avoiding doing the testing. They're avoiding having having to deal with this because they don't want this to interrupt the flow of their lives right now, right? And I think that's probably a bigger part of the reason why we're maybe hiding it a little bit, right? I don't know.
And hide
back Djokovic on to find out why he's been fucking lying to everybody.
But then, like, you look at a guy like Bonzi, I feel bad for him because his test was such a hard negative last night. And he was fine. You were no symptoms whatsoever when he was here having dinner. Less than 12 hours later, this is where he's at. So
he's fucked.
He's fucking we talked earlier. Look at him.
I don't feel good.
I'm having a hard time digging up sympathy for Bonzi, but I mean, I understand where you're coming.
He's about to fall over. Fuck you, Bonzi.
I'll look in my sympathy. Listen, give me a minute. I'll go get my sympathy bag. I'll have a look.
Yeah, there's nothing in there,
and I'll see if there's anything left for you, old Bonzi, and then we'll get back to you.
There's an old shitty beer in there.
I'll sit with bated breath.
Well, so here's the thing, Bonzi. You can't go anywhere for 5 days at least, right?
No, I'm not going. I'm locked in this basement now.
Yeah.
No cable either down here. So I gotta watch the football all weekend on my computer screen instead of a fucking big screen. Terrible.
So 2 of the 5 guys on this show have COVID. Myself and Rookie.
Well, 3 of you.
And Bonzi's
Bonzi probably has it. He just hasn't been tested properly. Yeah. And
that's it.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
You can't control it. You can only make it as good as possible. So if I'm going to get COVID, you sure as fuck I'm going to get some clicks out of the whole thing.
I have my sultry voice, my midnight radio
content.
Hey, that's actually something I didn't get to ask. So with all of these like crazy and evangelical Christians coming after you because of the article you wrote, are the page views way up?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they keep retweeting it as well. Like,
well, so I put little
thank you, everybody.
It's a little thing I like to do is I fuck with headlines, right? One of the headlines that I put out today was that Ronald McDonald House is evicting unvaccinated families. And I knew they weren't evicting them, but I used the language from an anti-vaxxer to reach the other anti-vaxxers so they would reach it. And then I know that people who hate them will read it as well, double that rate. So it's not like I'm not doing this on purpose.
Like a rat liquor trap.
You're part of the problem, basically, is what this is. What you're saying, Dean. You're admitting it live on the podcast that you're a piece of shit media guy. That's what
Ray
this is all about.
Ray gets it.
Ray knows. That's right, Ray.
Well, listen, dude, I'm just here for the content. Like all these things, things that are important to me, I'll do live on the air. But like, I am not going to get a COVID test in private and wallow if it comes back positive, which it indeed did.
Let's see it now. Did it change? Did that faint line become a full
bars, baby?
Oh, you're frozen on my side. I can't see it.
Yeah, that's full.
Dean
Full bars, baby.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll zoom
so
it in.
I might as well go for it. Like, there's no reason in hiding it. You might as well just tell everybody and then document the whole thing. And listen, there's no sympathy. Like, hundreds of billions of people have gotten it, and so I don't want anybody saying get well soon because I'm fine. Because I know what Advil and Dayquil can do, and I'm also a huge purveyor of cannabis. And this new study that came out says basically it cures it. So I'm good.
So what he's really saying is get ready for tomorrow's show, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be a fucking rager.
Oh yeah, I wonder. I do wonder if I'm going to be worse tomorrow because I feel like I'm through the worst of it. Like last night, had the sweats, night sweats, all that.
I think
bullshit.
you're coming. You're coming down now. I think you're good.
Yeah. I think
we're catching Bonzi right in full balls, right in the middle of it.
And he's only got that. He's got that fucking social.
Time for me there, boys.
He's got that social assistance shot though. That Johnson & Johnson fucking great value no name brand shit in his arm. So I'm kind of worried about him.
Yeah. You got the loser vax.
Yeah, the loser
I got
vax.
the loser vax. I know. Fuck.
Do you know the J&J is like next to a 0% chance against Omicron?
I don't even know. Like they literally said, like, it went down from
just injected semen into your ears.
I loved the J&J studies. It's like, it's got the same efficacy rate as every other one, and then like a month later, it was like 70.
We're losing steam.
60.
50.
She
Fuck,
won't
you thought
hold.
35.
What's that, Bon?
She's just been dying.
Locke thought I smoked a lot of weed while I was in Alberta. I'm about to ramp that up tenfold to make sure I combat this
Dr.
motherfucker.
Blundell over there
I'm
giving
just
you
going to
the,
be puffing
giving you the
joints like-
facts.
Dude, I don't see the point in suffering through this. That's the other thing. It's like
No.
every time someone's like, those guys are like, no, don't take any Advil because you want the fuck that. Give me all the Advil. Give me the NyQuil. I got Z-Quil upstairs. I knock myself out.
What's Z-Quil?
Drixrol for the win.
Oh yeah, Z-Quil's like NyQuil, but only for people that just want to sleep that don't have a cold.
That's
But
the
because I take
13th fucking
Dayquil,
step.
I don't want to take NyQuil, and it's got booze in it, so it's one of those things I'm like, I probably shouldn't do it. But bottom line is, I'm a huge proponent. Like, those people that go, oh, I just want the regular strength Advil. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You want the headache to last for longer? No, drugs are incredible. Use them all the time.
Yeah, Brenton says Tylenol, cold and flu. He said it a couple times. He's another long hauler that you should take some notes from him if he's got tips
actually,
and hints.
they are actually recommending that. Doctors are, and specifically, for if you have COVID, for the symptoms, for whatever reason, Tylenol, cold and flu, the extra strength one, which you can get the pills, is supposed to be very, very beneficial for any COVID symptoms. So they recommend that. That's
Look at that poor fucker.
Yeah, you guys look like shit.
Yeah, all three of you now. Well, now you look like shit, Dean, now that we know.
Dean
it's
looks
funny
okay,
because
dude.
you know what? It's interesting because my wife was completely fine until she saw her positive test. And then the mentalness took over and she just got sick. And I'm like, listen,
I've been saying that for years.
Like it hits it, like
just
you see
tell
it,
yourself
and then
you're
it hits
not.
you. Yeah, like it's all
No
mental
way.
except for my chills, night sweats, cough.
I've been lying to myself. for
Diarrhea.
years.
That's
you
all
got the old spray bomb
got the
too?
trots, eh?
Oh yeah, I got it all. I've been having
got the
chills the past
trotters.
10 minutes. I'm like, should I just leave right now?
Do you have
Should I
to
just
shit
go
now?
downstairs?
Yeah.
Should I just do it? But I want to come say hi.
Just do it in your pants.
What am I
You're
saying?
sick.
I need to go.
I've almost. Go ahead, Bonge. Bonge,
He,
Go ahead,
just, he was going to see he's almost shit himself twice during the podcast, I think is what he was going to say.
Bonzi, are you okay?
You all right? Need to go?
Moon
No,
River.
it was Locke.
You're trailing off.
No.
buddy,
Is he
all right?
okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Moon
Yeah.
River.
No, I'll
He's
hang it. I'll
delusional.
tough it out.
Well, we're 123, so
I'll tough it out.
We'll let her go.
You keep an eye on
You
that
go.
fever, Bonzi.
Yeah, you go. I'm going to go contact trace for the next 3 days.
Super spreader.
I'll be back tomorrow, though.
Yeah. Don't
I might
forget
not be. I might pass
don't
away.
forget
Who
the
knows?
girl that works at
will.
London Drugs.
Let's see.
Dean. Call her too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check out lady.
The meter reader that comes around
What's
once
her
a month.
name? Melissa?
Yeah.
Stacy, the meter reader. You got to call
My
her.
sick hoodie.
Melissa sounds like somebody that has this that works at London Drugs.
I'll be calling everybody.
Yeah.
It is true though. There's a psychosomatic portion to this. Like now that I've got that private
you're
that test,
you're
I'm
down.
Like, maybe I do feel sick.
You're down now.
That's
You're
it,
all
man.
mopey. Now you're a mopey bitch. You're a mopey
No way.
COVID bitch.
No way, dude. The worst I felt in years was Monday, and I didn't say a word.
Yeah,
Not a
thanks for
word.
that, by the way. Because
We kind of knew. I knew something was off, though.
Asshole.
Didn't you, Ryan?
Yeah.
On Monday.
Monday,
like
yeah, because
was,
we kind of, he was a little bit pulled back and
snippy. I think is the word I'm thinking. You were a little snippy.
You didn't use the HD camera either.
Yeah, the
you used the
gritted,
computer
talking,
cam on Monday.
talking through the gritted teeth.
Yeah, we were annoying him like big time. Actually, we were really annoying him yesterday too.
That's why you sent such a nice message.
No, you weren't annoying me at all. You guys were talking before the show, and I was attaboy, go right up. I was like getting ready for the show, and you guys were having this spirited conversation. So I just kept working because I wasn't involved in the conversation because I came back to get my coffee.
You were annoyed.
I wasn't mad.
More than a couple of times.
No. You know what? I was just annoyed with James because he said he's like, I'm fucking manic today, guys. He tells us before the show, and I'm like, oh, I started sweating. Like I got to manage this today too. On top of it, I got to manage this. This is like a wild card. I thought anything could have happened on Monday, but he was great. Actually, he was really good.
He actually, I think when you pointed out the fact that he was manic, and you were concerned about going live with him being manic, he kind of did one of these.
Oh yeah, he's like, no, I got it. I'm good. And he was great. He was good. He shut it down. Like
I was
he
ready
turned it into
though.
something. Yeah,
I was ready.
Yeah,
Spumoni. That was
With
our
his,
safe word. If he was
safe
losing
word.
his mind, we
I've
have to
got it
say
here still.
Spumoni, and then he gets out of the podcast. Anyway, boys, good to see you. Bonzi, go get well.
Yeah,
Thank you too, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry you're feeling like shit.
guys, take care of yourselves, okay?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Having said that, you never know, right? Like these things could go downhill quick.
I think you guys will be all good because you're all vaxxed. I think you're dealing
Except
with the
for COVID.
with the COVID king isn't, but you seem to be. Can you get on the phone with your doctor sooner than later?
Ask about your
Rook,
rheumatoid.
because I think
Rheumatoid arthritis.
Rheumatoid.
What'd you call me?
Oh yeah, this is bad. I got it.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
One of us.
Hey,
One of us. One of us.
One of us. Yeah.
It
So
was
now it
down
sounds
to
like,
Lachlan
did you
and
get-
Ryan,
what
the
was it like?
two heavy drinkers on the show. Go figure.
Yeah,
Cheers,
right.
Lachlan.
Yeah, and I had a fucking bag
alcoholic.
full of Arby's today too, so you guys can all suck on that.
Thanks, boys. Good to see you. Lachlan Cross, 95.7 Cruise FM at Edmonton is where you can find him at Lachlan Cross on Twitter. My boy Bonzi, tripping with Bonzi. Guessing there won't be a podcast for a couple of days.
No, I'm taking tonight off for sure.
All right.
I have his login though. I can hop on there.
Oh, you should.
Oh,
Tripping
can
with
we-
Bonzi.
Can we
on
do a
YouTube
tripping
is where
with
you can find him.
Bonzi show? And I'll
Yeah.
Oh, sure. That'd be
we'll cover
great.
we'll
You want us to
parody
take
it.
over for you today, Bonzi?
That is Ryan Lindley from the Sheeple Shepherd podcast. You can download it anywhere you get your podcasts as well, at Ryan Lindley on Twitter. And that is Waxed and Unvaxxed Chris Rook. COVID boy.
Fuck you guys. Take care. Take
Yeah,
care.
we will.
See you, boys.
Thanks, boys. Good to see you.
Thanks,
Talk to you
Diener.
soon. All right, buddy. Get well.
Feel better, buddy.
I will. I'm good. I'm good. At least I think I am. Let's go for it. This is fucking wild. Fucking wild. I don't really care either. I can't control it. You can't control it either. You're going to get it. But fuck, am I happy I got a couple of vaccines in me. Holy moly. That's like the thing in the back of your head when, in my mind, anyways, I just found out I have COVID right here, is that it really, really matters because now I'm not scared, not worried, vaccinated. I'm happy. I understand the science. Been fortunate enough to consult doctors and experts right here on this show just so that you could have that information. Now I have it. I'm good, man. We'll get through this little vid. Billions have had it. But if I die, hope everybody throws a party. That's what I'd do. But I won't. Have a great day, everybody. Oh, I'm not worried. Ash, you'll kick its ass. I'm not worried. Not worried either. Have a great day. Thanks for being part of the show. Really appreciate it. Stay safe, everybody. Remember, you do this for other people, not for yourself. So part of the deal here is that you need to interact with our sponsors as well. They're good people. Domination, dmntn.com. Try them today. Our partners are your partners. AI for people that do content, podcasting, gaming, streaming. You use one file, you get 72 pieces. Try them for free today. It is dmntn.com. Super easy. You can do it. Also, big ups to our friends at Ed's Fine Imports. His Gitch luxury branded underwear, the best in the world. You can get them Canadian made. Order them right now from edsfineimports.com. Use promo code GITCH3 and you're off to the races. He'll send you a free pair for free when you use that promo code. And you can also shop massive online store, clothing for men and boys. So if you're looking for something for yourself, your sons, whatever. And I think they got like 80% off now. It's like this big New Year blowout sale that they're doing. So check it out. edsfineimports.com. And of course, our friends at Easy Auto Financial, making it easy for you to get in a car. Super simple stuff. All you got to do is sign up. When you sign up, you say, hey, this is my credit rating. They go, no worries. We'll get you the car you need. And they take care of the rest. It's turnkey financing. You don't have to pay for it, and they'll get you the car that you need and want. From the people that have it, go to easyautofinancial.ca today and sign up. No obligation. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.